She has a number of books published, and she's going to come and share a reading from one of those books this evening. Her name is Debora Coty.
Thank you. I'm going to actually read an excerpt from a book that was inspired by you. I've been coming to Bay Life, my husband Chuck and I, for over 10 years now. And I pay attention sometimes. When I'm in church, you'll see what I mean. But this particular chapter is from my book, Mom Needs Chocolate. It was a Mother's Day release a few years ago. And I'll just get right into it. I think I can actually see it without my glasses. I brought them just in case. The subject of this is judging others. And the title of the chapter is Don't Knock the Flock. Oh, by the way, when this first came out a few years ago in I write a column for the Christian Voice newspaper that we keep in the lobby that you might, I've written for them about 5 years now, I guess. Our pastor Mark actually commented on it, and he said, I want you to know that I know exactly who you're talking about. So I hope you're now sufficiently paranoid that if I'm speaking of you in one of these categories, you'll know he's watching you from the pulpit. And this is based on Scripture, Luke 6, 36 and 37 from the Message translation. Our Father is kind. You be kind. Don't pick on, I better put the glasses on. I can see this is going to be a struggle. Don't pick on people, jump on their failures, criticize their faults, unless, of course, you want the same treatment. Don't condemn those who are down. That hardness can boomerang. Be easy on people. You'll find life a whole lot easier. I'm a bit, well, shall we say, distractible. My husband Chuck says that I'm whatever the step is beyond ADD. It's a major struggle for me to stay focused on the pastor for an entire sermon. God's shepherd sure has his work cut out for him, keeping this view from straying. No matter how earth-shaking the message is, my mind flits about the sanctuary like a moth on a light bulb. It doesn't help when distractions from fellow sheep drive a worm up my nose. I heard a sheep sermon once, and it seems that sheep frequently have that worm up the old snaz problem. Burrowing worms are intensely diversionary. All those little things begging for my attention. Is it my fault that people are so distracting? Now, I simply can't be the only one with this little concentration problem in church. Anybody else out there sabotaged by these? Number 1, Old Man River, the elderly gentleman who enthusiastically belts out his deep bass voice, 50 decibels louder than everyone else. 2, the Uzi laugher, the lady who responds to every pastoral joke with a staccato machine gun laugh. Jolly Green Giant, the only 6'8" string bean in the church, and he inevitably sits right in front of you. The only way to see the pulpit is to peek through Jolly Green's armpits. 4, a horse whisperer, spelled H-O-A-R-S-E. A converser behind you using highly audible stage whispers. This frequently occurs during the praise songs as if they're merely the opening act. Number 5, Madame Butterfly, the operatic voice woman who adds an unwritten ultra-soaring soprano disconnect to every song. 6, the amener. This overly compliant person is compelled to agree with the pastor every 5 seconds with a resounding amen, even when the pastor once remarked that he had a long way to go to achieve perfection. Do you remember that? That was Pastor Mark. Number 7, crinkle chorus, the loud candy wrappers that are usually heard in the moment of silence immediately preceding the sermon. Why doesn't someone invent cloth wrappers for church? Number 8, the wheezer sneezer. You're already seated and settled when the first juicy blast of droplet-laden air from behind blows your hair over your eyes. As one, God bless you, follows another, you can just feel the infectious bacteria swimming around your drenched neck towards your vulnerable facial orifices. Your only defense is to hike your collar like a priest and use your bulletin to deflect heat-guided germ missiles. Number 9, the au naturel man. The fellow who somehow forgot to bathe this week. He enters late, sits as close to you as possible, and smells like he stopped rolling a dead possum on the way to church. 10, the bird nest lady. Still wearing her tees 70 this short, stocky lady thinks her big hair makes her look tall and thin. The only way to see around this Marge Simpson look-alike is to shift from side to side like a pendulum. Number 11, sermon interrupters. These folks tend to grow in bunches like grapes. They like to nod a lot, point their fingers, and talk back to the pastor in short, clipped sentences. Oh, yeah, you said it. That's right. Makes you feel like you're at a Go God pep rally. Number 12, the pyrotechnic man. A product of the electronic era, this businessman is so important that he can't remove his cell phone for a 1-hour church service. He leaves it clipped to his belt where it distracts the entire row of people behind him by flashing vivid fireworks with each constantly incoming call. It looks like his rear end is on fire. A great object lesson for a burning bush sermon. As annoying as this is, it's less so than the fellow who neglects to turn his ringer off. Number 13, the goat lady singer. This woman warbles with a choppy vibrato that sounds like a goat bleating barnyard praise. Just try to keep a straight face if your family is sitting directly in front of her. Don't even glance at your kids or you'll all end up rolling down the aisle in peals of not so holy hysteria. Resist the temptation to cluck or move. And last but not least, number 14, the peanut gallery. Kids old enough to know better who spend the entire service chatting to each other or their parents. Fight the impulse to rip off your pantyhose and plug their little mouths. Okay, having said all those wicked things about my fellow sheep, I feel bad. I shall now beg forgiveness and respectfully ask not to be removed forcibly from the next church service. Diversity is a good thing. God never said his ewes, rams, and lambs should be clones. It would be a pretty boring flock if they were. Now, I just have to find myself a good-nosed dewormer. And the prayer to end the chapter is, Jehovah Rohi, God, my shepherd, tender of wayward sheep, use your shepherd's crook to jerk me back in line whenever necessary. Help me chill and learn not to pick, jump, and criticize my fellow sheep, lest judgment boomerang back to me. And I want to close in teaching you a little song that I actually use at the end of when I speak to women's groups around the country. I wrote this little song, and I have to tell you that I'm not a singer. You know, these people are just so blessed, and I am a joyful noiser. So, and that's part of the funny. So, if you are a joyful noiser, please feel free to sing to your heart's content with us. Now, I do children's church over here whenever I'm in town, so I've got to teach you the gestures, a la Mark, okay? So this is usually for women, but it's good for men too, so it applies to you too. So we're going to teach you before we start. Wait just a second there, trigger happy on the music. All right, what you're going to do first, point up to who's in control. The name of the song is You've Got It Under Control. All right, you've got it, and then you're going to stomp your foot. Hang on there, bud. Hang on. This will be your cue. How about that? Okay. This is your cue. You got it. Stomp your foot, not because you're mad, but because you're keeping time. You got it. Under control, Lord. Make a safe sign like an umpire at a baseball game. Under control, Lord. Do that again. You got it. Stomp. Under control. Now hook your little thummies together. This is the bluebird of happiness flying far, far away. When it gets out of hand, just help me understand. You got it. Under control. That's all it is. That's the chorus. Okay, you guys do it with me one more time. Ready? You've got it. Stomp. Under control, Lord. You've got it. Under control. When it gets out of hand, just help me understand. You got it. Under control. Now, you'll get the melody. It's very, very simple. And I want you to sing along with your cue is this. When I point up to you got it, under control, that's when you sing. We'll all start together with the chorus, and then I sing a couple of verses by myself. Come back, I cue you in. Another couple of verses by myself, and then we do the whole chorus 3 times at the end. It's real easy. You'll get it. Okay? All right, ready? We're coming in together. You got it. Here we go. You got it under control, Lord. Can you
really, and spent any time with Debbie until tonight. So I'm delighted that we have her among us as part of the Bay Life Artist community. Also, tonight